I unrolled the heavy white vellum across the workspace line, exposing the exact blueprint of your layout and mine. The drafting ink was permanent, a carbon gray design to calculate a fortress on a 3-acre line. But the cross sections were faulty and the joists were drawn thin, predicting the exact moment the collapse would begin. You were so busy matching the color swatches and the flights to escape from the structural strain of our cold spotted nights, that you never saw the hair cracks on the foundational floor, the uncredited vacuum by the heavy front door. And it's only a blueprint for a broken house tonight, a damaged geometry completely out of sight. The pencil lines are bleeding, the architecture clears, and the ghost-written fallout of our 5 golden years. You get the hot fries of city, the stride, while the framing is caving to compress the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline has ruined the inventory bag, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. The elevations show a monument, a flawless design to hide how the water table was undermining mine. You walked through the marketplace looking so white, with the pristine presentation turning into the light, boasting to the neighborhood how you survived the freeze, like a natural legend whose alignment never sees. You don't track the half-buried conduit or the split-level load or the biological runtime that I spent on this road. I was a functional appliance, a transactional ghost buried deep under the crossbeams where the leverage hurts most. Is it a sanctuary or an architectural crime to design your own failure, one dimension at a time? The internal walls buckle, the lack of glaze thins, and I don't know where the draft ends or the fracture house tonight, the damaged geometry completely out of sight. The pencil lines are bleeding, the architecture clears, and the ghost-written fallout of our 5 golden years. You get the hype, rise the city, the stride, while the framing is caving to compress the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is ruined, the inventory bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. Roll the drawing up, let the black ink dry, the unbuilt disaster under a grayscale sky. glossy grid is hanging by a single iron hook, exposing the interior of an unread book. A 12 by 12 square where the numbers stay gray, marking the baseline of a frozen out day. You were packing the woolens, deciding on spring, ready to capture your favorite thing. You tore off the winter, you headed out west with the light, easy timeline locked in your chest, while I stayed behind under charcoal gray skies, with the thumbtacked paper turning into a lie. I didn't step back, didn't make a loud cry to alter the metrics of your upcoming sky. And it's only a calendar page left unturned tonight, a static chronology out of your line of sight. The dates are all choking, the architecture clears, and the waterlogged runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the stride, while the trap numbers are crushing the marrow inside. Yeah, the layout is empty, the inventory stark, as the unshifted milestone slips into the dark. Print is still tracking in no 30-day frame, behind the copper wire of your beautiful name. You boast to your city how you conquered the cold, like a natural legend whose credit never fold. You don't track the blisters or the frostbitten skin, or the uncredited courtroom that I was living within. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, left out in the pantry where the stillness hurts most. The grid remains heavy, the layout stays dry, holding up a universe under a permanent why. Is it a sanctuary or a chronological crime to liquidate your future one block at a time? The internal walls buckle, the paper stock thins, and I don't know where the winter ends or the blackout begins. As the unshifted milestone slips into the dark, leave the square bare, let the ink. Found the silver masonite plate on the counter ledge, right at the exact baseline of our broken edge. A heavy aluminum clip on a 9 by 12 space, meant to log the inventory of our layout space. You were so busy matching the labels and bags to ensure your new horizon had no cold spotted lags, that you left the main questionnaire completely unread, right beside the duplicate keys by the bed. I didn't step back, didn't make a loud cry to disturb the calm metrics of your upcoming sky. I just held the raw metal under fluorescent glare, staring down at the empty environments there. And it's only a clipboard with blank forms tonight, an unwritten trial out of your line of sight. The document is choking, the architecture clears. In the administrative runoff of our 5 golden years, you get the high rise, the future, the stride, while the white paper fields are compressing the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is shallow, the inventory bad, staring down at the grid lines of the life we almost had. There are no check marks tracking the hydraulic strain or the structural columns that are forced to swallow your blame. You walk through the marketplace looking so clean, a beautiful version of a naked serene. Boasting to your office how you conquered the cold, like a natural legend whose credit never folds. Never tracking the fractures or the biological cost of the hidden set winter when my balance was lost. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep under the software where the stillness hurts most. Leaving a zero by your record right by the door, flat on the grain of the hardwood floor. Is it a sanctuary or a bureaucratic crime to liquidate your lifespan one field at a time? The internal walls buckle, the ballpoint thins, and I don't know where the draft ends or the blackout begins. And it's only a clipboard with blank forms tonight, an unwritten trial out of your line of sight. The document is choking, the architecture clears. In the administrative runoff of our 5 golden years, you get the high ride, the future, the stride, while the white paper fields are compressing the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is shallow, the inventory bad, staring down at the grid lines of the life we almost had. Loosen the iron clip, let the vellum stay white, the quietest ledger in the middle of the night. The ceramic cylinder sits heavy on the counterform, where the kitchen environment used to stay warm. A black mirror liquid under fluorescent tube glare, marking the baseline of a room with no air. You were miles away, hitting 70 on the dial, tracking the trajectory for your sun-blind smile. You didn't look down at the dark bitter cup for the metric ton exhaustion that I had to drink up to ensure that your runway stayed smooth and stayed white, while I hosted the panic in the middle of the night. I didn't step back, didn't make a loud plea, I just watched the grease settle on the layout of me. And there's only a cold cup of midnight coffee tonight, a bit of preservation out of your line of sight. The caffeine is stagnant, the architecture clears in the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the transit, the stride, while the oil is skin, the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is sluggish, the inventory stark, as the centerpiece hardens and slips into the dark. The morning light hits like a prosecutor's blade, exposing the alignment where the fractures were made. You walk through your new terminal looking so clean, accepting the praise of a morning serene, boasting to the neighbors how you navigated the cold, like a natural legend whose credit never folds. You don't track the blisters or the uncredited gash that I host in the sub for to prevent the big crash. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep under the administrative crime. To liquidate your framework, one drop at a time. The internal walls buckle, the calcium thins, and I don't know where the draft ends or the blackout begins. There's only a cold cup of midnight coffee tonight, a bit of preservation out of your line of sight. The caffeine is stagnant, the architecture clears in the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the transit, the stride, while the oil is skinning the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline has vanished, the inventory's dark as the centerpiece hardens and slips into the dark. Pour the liquid down, leave the mug in the sink. The final coat setting, pushed right to the brink. Bedroom air is settled to a cold, clinical weight, right at the exact baseline of our permanent lake. A 3-inch cylinder of crystal sitting out in the gray, catching the fluorescent layout of a dead-hearted day. You were sleeping upstairs with your hands clean and white, completely untouched by the collapse of the height. You needed the hydration, needed coolness to stay before you packed your luggage and walked right away. So I filled up the vessel from the rusted kitchen tap and didn't let you hear the infrastructure snap. And there's only a glass of water by the bedside tonight, a quiet preservation, completely out of sight. The surface stays steady, the architecture clears in the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the harbor, the comfort, the views, while the liquid is standing to clear out your blues. Yeah, the layout is empty, the inventory's stark as the silver-rimmed bubble slips into the dark. The morning light hits like a prosecutor's blade, exposing the alignment where the fractures were made. A layer of dust is beginning to set on the rim, and in the separate kingdom where the daylight goes dim, you woke up at 7, drank the settlement clean, boast into your city how you conquered the scene. You don't track the lime burns or the gash in the pipe or the human material that was never quite ripe. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep under the drywall where the thickness hurts most. Is it a sanctuary or a domestic crime to liquidate your framework, one drop at a time? The internal walls buckle, the cellular walls thin, and I don't know where the glass ends or the freeze begins. By the bedside tonight, a quiet preservation, completely out of sight. The surface stays steady, the architecture clears in the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the harbor, the comfort, the views, while the liquid is slips into the dark. Leave the cylinder down, let the aggregate clear. The final cold ration out of your sphere. I flatten the heavy paper grid across the dashboard light, right at the exact baseline of our final night. A 4-color layout with a 3-mile scale, marking every coordinate where the system went stale. You were matching the luggage tags, deciding on flights to an open-air horizon with no cold spotted nights. You didn't look down at the intersections of streets or the uncredited blueprint where the boundary deletes. You just turned your profile to the passenger glass, watching our shared coordinates permanently pass. So I folded the vellum, kept my palms on the wheel, and hosted the vacuum that the avenues feel. And it's only a map of a city we left tonight, the obsolete geometry out of your line of sight. The ink lines are bleeding, the architecture clears, and the ghost written fallback of our 5 golden years. You get the progress, the destination, the stride, while the empty perimeter is crushing the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is buried, the inventory bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. Behind the alphabet grid, locking down the landmarks that the mapping hide. You walk through your new marketplace looking so white, with the pristine presentation turning into the light. Boasting to the neighborhood how you navigated the cold like a natural legend whose charts never fold. You don't track the traffic jams or the water main gash that I hosted in secret to prevent the big crash. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep under the highways where the pressure hurts most. A dead end occasioned by the heavy front door, holding up your universe flat on the floor. Is it a sanctuary or a cartographic crime to erase your own geography one street at a time? The internal walls buckle, the compass line thins, and I don't know where the asphalt ends or the blackout begins. Tonight, an obsolete geometry out of your line of sight. The ink lines are bleeding, the architecture clears, and the ghost-written fallback of our 5 golden years. You get the progress, the destination, the stride, while the empty perimeter is crushing the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is buried, the inventory bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. Roll up the grid lines, toss the chart in the back. The unbuilt metropolis on a frozen out track. automatic doors hiss shut behind my back, leaving only white noise on the gray asphalt track. I walked the 4 miles under sodium yellow glare to find the house empty in the late December air. You were already gone, heading out for the coast, leaving a seat for a transactional ghost. But right by the sink under kitchen light dim lies the final administrative artifact of him, a sharp piece of vinyl with a barcode and a number, marking the baseline of our clinical slumber. I didn't call your phone, didn't make a loud cry, I just watched the plastic catch the slant of the sky. And there's only a plastic wristband on the counter tonight, a patient identification out of your sight. The vinyl is cold, the architecture clears, and the emergency fall out of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the stride, while the hospital tracking is cut in the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is buried, the inventory's dark as the clinical boundary slips into the dark. The text is still broadcasting the date of the snap behind the heavy plastic of a lock and pin strap. You walk through your new marketplace, looking so clean, accepting the praise of a summer serene, boasting to the neighborhood how you conquer the cold like a natural legend whose struts never fold. You don't track the blisters or the frostbitten skin or the uncredited courtroom that I was living within. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost left out in the kitchen where the quiet hurts most. Is it a sanctuary or an administrative crime to liquidate your framework, one admission at a time? The internal walls buckle, the cellular layer thins, and I don't know where the vinyl ends or the blackness begins. The vinyl is cold, the architecture clears, and the emergency fall out of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the stride, while the hospital tracking is cut in the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is buried, the inventory stark as the clinical boundary slips into the dark. Leave the strap down, let the numbers fade, the final stark record that we painstakingly made. The automatic exit door slid open to the street, and the freezing layout hit the baseline of my defeat. A sudden sub-zero current, a category 4, waiting right outside the perimeter clinic door. You were miles ahead, tracking the highway line with a light easy calendar and no memory of mine. The thermodynamics had bottomed right out in the gray as the last of our 5-year alignment washed away. I opened my lips just to taste out the throat, and clear out the metric ton pressure beneath my coat. And it's only a sharp intake of cold air tonight, a gasp in the freezing vacuum, completely out of sight. The tissue is burning, the architecture clears, and the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the sunshine, the view, while the frost is expanding to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is frozen, the alignment is stark as the oxygen crystallizes deep in my spark. Left my mouth like an unwritten sound, bouncing off the aggregate and sinking in the ground. You walk through your new terminal looking so clean, a beautiful version of a summer serene. Boasting to the office how you navigated the cold, like a natural legend whose struts never fold, never tracking the punctures or the blood on the stone or the mechanical casing that took the hit alone. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep in the subtext where the sharpness hurts most. Is it a medicine or an atmospheric crime to evaporate your lung space one breath at a time? The internal walls buckle, the cellular layer thins, and I don't know where the static ends or the freeze begins. It's only a sharp intake of cold air tonight, a gasp in the freezing vacuum, completely out of sight. The tissue is burning, the architecture clears, and the suffocating runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the sunshine, the view, while the frost is expanding to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is frozen, the alignment is stark as the oxygen crystallizes deep in my spark. Hold the freeze inside, let the breath turn to stone. The quiet is collapse, exhaling all alone. The calendar square was marked with a red felt tip line, a legacy circle from your layout and mine. The kitchen light hummed like a dying wire thread, illuminating the ledger where the promise is dead. You were checking your compass, selecting new zones to escape from the pressure of our freezing out stones. You didn't look down at the mantelpiece base or the localized vacuum in the corner of space. No dinner reservations, no celebratory sparks, just the absolute freezing of our structural marks. I didn't call your number, didn't make a loud cry, I just watched the alignment of our anniversary die. And it's an anniversary with 0 plans tonight, 2 static filled coordinate lines out of your sight. No curated evening, no administrative grace to mask the apocalypse, and I lay out space. You get the high rise, the future, the strive. through the marketplace looking so bright, with the bare left hand turning into the light, boasting to your city how you navigated the cold, like a natural legend whose credit never fold. You don't track the spaces or the ghost pains in line, or the physical caliber leaving this framework of mine. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost left out in the kitchen where the silence hurts most. The evening stays hollow, the schedule stays clear, perfect flat line at the end of the year. Is it a sanctuary or an administrative crime to liquidate a ceremony, one milestone at a time? The internal walls buckle, the calendar thins, and I don't know where the holding ends or the blackout begins. With zero plans tonight, two static-filled coordinate lines out of your sight. No curated evening, no administrative grace to mask the apocalypse in our layout of space. Into the dark, leave the night blank, let the red line fade. The uncelebrated anniversary that we painstakingly made. The orange plastic cylinder sits sideways on the tile, right at the exact baseline of your predictive set smile. The white paper label is beginning to fray, marking the dosage of a cold-hearted day. You were selecting new luggage, deciding on rooms, completely unaffected by these localized tunes. You needed the clearance, needed space for your stride, so I emptied the capsule that I buried inside. I took the full chemical, the metric ton gash, to ensure your environment didn't turn into ash. Now the countdown is finished, the inventory dry, under the dark ceiling of a charcoal gray sky. And there's only an empty pharmacy bottle tonight, a zero-bite preservation, out of your sight. The prescription is spent, the architecture clears in the clinical runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the view, while the plastic is hollow to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is bottom, the alignment is stark as the final prescription slips into the dark. The cap is still rolling on the linoleum floor, a loose piece of hardware by the heavy front door. You walk through the marketplace looking so clean, a beautiful version of a summer serene, boasting to the neighborhood how you conquer the cold, like a natural legend whose credit never fold, never tracking the fraction that I had to up, or the uncredited void in the base of my cup. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, buried deep under the housing where the quiet hurts most, leaving a clinical boundary right out in the air with no signature layout and no one standing there. Is it a sanctuary or a chemical crime to liquidate your framework one capsule at a time? The internal walls buckle, the cellular layer thins, and I don't know where the treatment ends or the blackout begins. There's only an empty pharmacy bottle tonight, a 0-bite preservation out of your sight. The prescription is spent, the architecture clears in the clinical runoff of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the view, while the plastic is hollow to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is bottom, the alignment is stark as the final prescription slips into the dark. Snap the child lock shut, let the numbers fade, the emptiest container that we painstakingly made. The furniture is gone, the heavy curtains are down, and you're 1,000 miles away in a sun-blind town, leaving me the baseline of a strip bare room to navigate the metrics of the afternoon gloom. I open up my mouth to let the volcano roar, to clear out the pressure by the heavy front door, but there's no timber layout left to absorb the blast, no structural pattern to make the layout last. The drywall is hard painted a clinical gray, catching the sound waves that you left to decay. And I'm living in the echo chamber of my mind tonight, bouncing the syllables completely out of sight. The frequency is trapped, the architecture clears in the devastating feedback of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the silence, the views, while my own voice is breaking me to clear out your blues. Yeah, the baseline is ringing, the layout is stark, 'cause the acoustic loop settles and slips into the dark. Every single argument we had in the cold is returning in a cadence that is centuries old. I can hear the storm door slamming over and over again, bouncing off the corners where the framing has been. You walk through your new terminal looking so clean, a beautiful version of a summer serene, boasting to the neighborhood how you survived the crash, like you never needed an insulation from the ash. Never tracking the resonance or the uncredited strain that is looping in the vacuum just to host your old blame. Is it a sanctuary or an acoustic crime to amplify your wreckage 1 second at a time? The internal walls buckle, the plasterboard thins, and I don't know where the whisper ends or the screaming begins. Chamber of my mind tonight, bouncing the syllables completely out of sight. clears in the devastating feedback of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the silence, the views, while my own voice is breaking me to clear out your blues. Yeah, the bass line is ringing, the layout is start, as the acoustic loop settles and slips into the dark. Let the feedback loop, listen to the ghost sound, the loudest kind of static, where the walls meet the ground. The oak wood is a soundboard for the ultimate gash, recording the cadence of your quiet dark flash. A dual-plated exit, a precision set stride, moving 3 paces a second away from my side. You have the suitcases packed, car keys in hand, to cross the state line of this 3-acre land, while I'm sitting on the counter with the screen gone black, staring at the layout where you won't text back. I open up my mouth to let the volcano roar, but the acoustic perimeter collapses by the door. And there's only the footsteps fading down the hall tonight, a mechanical countdown out of your line of sight, a flat line frequency and unwritten sound, bouncing off the drywall and sinking in the ground. You'll get the entryway, the freedom, the views, while the cadence is crushing me to clear out your blues. Yeah, the bass line is broken, the architecture clears in the devastating leveling of our 5 golden years. Yeah. The automatic storm door catches the wind, marking the baseline where the tracking is thin. You boast to the valley how you conquered the freeze and brought your own canvas to a comfortable ease. You don't feel the leverage or the hydraulic set strain that I hosted in the framing just to clear you of pain. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost buried in the subfloor where the density hurts most. The floorboards are static, the screws are all tight, holding up the house in the middle of night. Is it a sanctuary or an architectural crime to eliminate your presence one metric at a time? The internal walls buckle, the lacquer glaze thins, and I don't know where the echo ends or the blackness begins. And there's only the footsteps fading down the hall tonight, a mechanical countdown out of your line of sight, a flat line frequency and unwritten sound, bouncing off the drywall and sinking in the ground. You get the entryway, the freedom, the views, while the cadence is crushing me to clear out your blues. Yeah, the bass line is broken, the architecture clears in the devastating leveling of our 5 golden years. Let the echo drop, lock the heavy front door, the quietest exit, on a polished wood floor. I inverted the glass cylinder upon the mantelpiece base, place, right at the exact baseline of our layout space. A vintage piece of hardware, a 2-inch waist of blown chrome, designed to track the timeline of our structured home. You were matching the labels on your suitcase trim, while the light in the hallway went completely to dim. You needed the velocity, needed seconds to move, to find a new horizon in a seamless groove. But the moisture had leaked through the brass threaded ring, freezing up the aggregate of our 5 when a thing. The grains wouldn't plunge through the narrow design, locking up the tracking of your future in mine. And I'm the hourglass, we're stuck in tonight. A static preservation, completely out of sight. The friction is holding, the architecture clears in the deadlocked chronology of our 5 golden years. You get the calendar, the transit, the stride, while the weight is all crowding the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is stalled, the inventory bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. The silica is choked at the neck of the frame, forming a solid landscape of uncredited blame. You walk through the airport with a light, easy tread, never tracking the columns or the things never said. You boast to your new town how you conquered the cold like a natural legend whose assets never fold. You don't see the pressure in this clear capsule wall, or the structural secret keeping up your high haul. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost, left out in the pantry where the stillness hurts most. A frozen account on a tabletop field, buried deep in the dark of an uncredited shield. Is it a sanctuary or a chronological crime to paralyze your engine 1 grain at a time? The internal walls buckle, the mainspring thins, and I don't know where the holding ends or the blackout begins. Tonight, a static preservation, completely out of sight. The fiction is holding, the architecture clears in the deadlocked chronology of our 5 golden years. You get the calendar, the transit, the stride, while the weight is all crowding the marrow inside. Yeah, the baseline is stalled, the inventory bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. Leave the glass sideways, let the grain stay tight. The final cold timing in the middle of night. I reached into the freezer compartment down near the base, exposing the landscape of a sub-zero space. A 12-slot plastic mold, a generic design, meant to freeze the boundaries of your layout and mine. You were packing the suitcases, deciding on flights to a sun-blind horizon with no cold spotted nights. You needed the coolness, needed cues for your glass to celebrate the second that our lines would unpass. But the water line was broken and the wells had gone down, leaving nothing but a vacuum in the center of town. So I didn't step back, didn't make a loud cry, I just stared at the plastic under kitchen light high. And the ice trays completely dry tonight, a 0-bite preservation out of your line of sight. The cubes are all missing, There's no crystalline matrix or visual geometric square to cool down the friction in this kitchen table air. You walk through your new terminal looking so clean, a beautiful version of a summer serene, boasting to the crowd how you navigated the freeze like a natural legend whose gears never cease. You don't track the fractures or the biological cost of the hidden cell into where my balance was lost. I'm a functional appliance, a transactional ghost buried deep in the casing where the dryness hurts most, leaving an empty blue grid by the refrigerator door, holding up your universe flat on the floor. Is it a sanctuary or a domestic crime to evaporate your lifestyle one fraction at a time? The internal walls buckle, the insulation thins, and I don't know where the draft ends or the blackout begins. Completely dry tonight, a 0 bite preservation out of your line of sight. The cubes are all missing, the architecture clears in the suffocating frost of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the transit, the view, while the absolute vacuum is compressing the marrow of you. Yeah, the baseline is stalled, the alignment is bad, staring down at the metrics of the life we almost had. Slide the plastic back, leave the slots bare, the ultimate drought in the coldest layer of air. I'm sitting at the baseline of the kitchen table glare, with a cheap wire spiral sitting out in the air. 269 entries written out in the blue, documenting the slow transactional murder of you. The cardboard backing is bent and the corner's afraid from every blunt force argument that your layout displayed. You were matching the luggage tags, deciding on flights to ensure your new skyline had no cold spot at nights. You didn't look down at the desktop, didn't check the design or the biological runtime, leaving the center of mind. So I pull out the pen for the final degree, to close out the ledger of what caved in inside me. And it's the last page of the notebook tonight, the final white canvas rolling out of your sight. The ink line is setting, the architecture clears, and the devastating fallout of our 5 golden years. You get the high rise, the future, the view, while the margins are crushing me to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is finished, the inventory stark as the syllable of forever slips into the dark. There are no chapters left behind the wire mesh spine to negotiate the fractures on the perimeter line. You walk through your new marketplace looking so clean, a beautiful version of a summer serene, boasting to the neighborhood how you conquered the cold like a natural legend whose credit never fold. You don't track the spaces or the ghost panes in line or the structural secret in this framework of mine. I was a functional appliance, a transactional ghost buried deep under the binding where the quiet hurts most. Now I'm drawing the period right by the door and letting the instrument fall onto the floor. Is it a sanctuary or an administrative crime to liquidate update your framework one stanza at a time. The internal walls buckle, the blue fiber thins, and I don't know where the record ends or my freedom begins. Of the notebook tonight, the final white canvas rolling out of your sight. The ink line is setting, the architecture clears, and the devastating fallout of our 5 golden years. You get the hot rise, the future, the view, while the margins are crushing me to deliver it to you. Yeah, the baseline is finished, the inventory stark as the syllable of forever slips into the dark. Cap the black ink well, flip the book face down.